Hi friends, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel. The previous videos we have seen about the vue.js authentication. So that is all about the vue authentication. So we have implemented the token, auto login, auto logout, and everything. Everything we have implemented the authentication course. Now, so the only thing what is left here is the deployment. So how we can deploy this whole project? If you want to deploy this project, how we can deploy? So the deployment comes how we can deploy this project is, so we cannot deploy this one directly like this. Why? Because we are running in the Vue CLI. So Vue CLI we are running, so that means it is running in the development server. So it is running one development server here, so that this host, localhost, it is providing some localhost and we are using this localhost. And if you want to deploy this one, we cannot deploy. So what we need? So we need to, we should not run npm run server. Should run npm run build. So build means it will give you some static files, so that you can take the static files and you can place that in the any static webhost. Before running this npm run build, what we need? We need to do the optimization. So how we can do the optimization? Why we need to do it? So for example, we are final stage when we are deployment. So the JavaScript code should be in a minimal. Why? Because everything browser will be taking care. So that is the reason we should maintain the JavaScript code minimal fashion. So what is the thing? What we can do it is, first one is the router. For example, if you go here, when I click on this one, so now here it is opening only the home page. So that means the only home page is the only component responsible for opening this one. So we should not read login, sign up, post page. So these all components are not necessary. So unnecessarily we are loading here. So that means when we are using home or routes thing, we are automatically loading these all login, sign up, post and home component. All the components are bundled in a single JavaScript file, and that JavaScript file is loading automatically. So it will be the performance. It will be performance effective. So it will not be performance. So now what we can do is, so here we can convert this one into a dynamic import. So that means whenever the component is necessary, then only that component will be loaded in a separate JS. How we can convert that one? Here what we can do is constant login equal to, so we will be using the dynamic import. So import, sorry, and here I can use this pages login.u. So we should use like this, instead of using import like this, we should use the dynamic import. In the same scenario, sign up. Okay, the same scenario, what we can do is home. So implement this home and the post also. Okay, so these three components we have imported. So now we can remove these things. Now these are dynamically imported. Now if you try to see here, if I open this page, if I go to the console, sorry, network, if I click clear, if I click on login, here 2.js is loading C, and if I click on sign up, 3.js. So this JS is nothing but the sign up component code. So whatever the component necessary required for the sign up loading, so it will be present in this JS. And if you go again to login, already 2.js has been loaded in the browser. So that is the reason that 2.js is not loading. So now if you want to keep a custom name, you can also keep the custom name. For example, login, I want to use my own name, so custom name. So how can I do is, I can keep the comment here. So I can keep webpack chunk name. I can use like this, webpack chunk name, and I need to use the login. Okay, so login. So now this login component, instead of having with the instead of loading with the 2.js, it will load with the login.js. Now if you try to see here, it will be able to load login.js is loaded. So now if I click on sign up and if I open this one directly, okay, now if I open this login, see the login.js, instead of 2.js or 3.js, instead of integers, numbers, the login.js we have given the custom name. Okay, so now the root base we have optimized the code, and also we can also use in the, for example, in the single route, in this route also we can use the dynamic imports. For example, in the app.vue we are using the loader. Okay, so this is small thing only, but the loader component is there. The loader component is not necessary at the time of loading. When it will be necessary, when we are submitting the login form or anything, then the loader module will be. So that means we can dynamically import this one also. So in the component base lazy loading, so we will be using the define async component. So how we can do is constant the loader, okay, the loader is equal to define async component. Okay, so in this define async component I can use import this define async component. I can import this one. So here I can copy these components, I can load like this, I can remove this one. Now if you try to see, if I open here, okay, now this time login component or nothing is there. So when this login component will be loaded, you try to see test@test.com and 1 2 3 4 5 6. If I try, if I click here, see 2.js is loading. This 2.js is nothing but the loader. So now how can I check this loader is, so now here also we can keep the name. So here if I want to keep the name, back chunk name, here I can keep loader like this. Okay, so I can keep the loader like this. So now if you want to try to open, here I click on logout, I will refresh it again. Okay, now here what I will try to do is test@test.com and 1 2 3 4 5 6. If I click again login, see the loader.js is loaded. So in this way we can optimize the code either in the route level and also in the component level also. If any components dynamically you are importing means you can dynamically import like this. Okay? So this is the so far optimization what we can do in our project. Now the next thing is what we need to do is we need to deploy this project. So what is the command we need to run is for deploying the project. Here we need to run npm run build for this one. Okay, npm run build, we need to run the command npm run build. If you run this command npm run build, so this will build the project. So now it will be building the project for the production. So that means it will still optimize the JS files into small JS files, and it will give you the associate CSS files, JavaScript files, and also the index.html. So that these all files, what you can do is you can import, you can use that one in the static web hosting. So these files all in the static web hosting. See here, so now these files has been built. So here you will be able to see all the chunks files, dynamically lazily loaded files also, login, loader, everything is loaded, and also CSS files also loaded. So here where these all files will be existed is it will be existing in the dist folder. You go to the reveal in a file explorer. If I open this file in the file explorer so here you will be able to see the dist file. So this is the dist file. In this dist file you will be having CSS, JavaScript files, and also the index.html. So these all files you can copy, these all files, and you can paste it in the static web. So this is the total deployment process in the Vue.js. Okay, hope you understood about this one. And another thing what is left it is, so up to here the Vue.js course you can learn and you can do the project as usual in the Vue.js 3. But in the Vue.js 3 you have some more new feature has been introduced, that is nothing but the composition API. In the next videos we will learn about the composition API and how to use that composition API. We will try to learn. Okay, if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below the video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.